Today we are breaking Terraria bosses. We installed a simple mod that makes it so Terraria bosses and probably some monsters cannot go through solid walls and blocks. Now obviously this affects a lot of bosses because if a boss can't go through a wall, you can technically hide and they can't do anything about it. That's why bosses like the King Slime, though he can't go through solid blocks and stuff, if we hide somewhere where he can't reach us for a while, he'll just teleport to you. But then we bring in a boss like the Cthulhu who can't teleport to you. Now if I hide somewhere, boy, he's just gonna be stuck out there. Look at him, he can't do anything. He's literally just stuck there forever. Now this mod would be like the perfect cheese bosses mod, but why would I use it for that? I just want to see how the bosses interact with certain things, you know. So let's do this here. We're gonna bring the eye into phase 2 just to see if anything changes. Like I want to see his dashing. Look how his dashing is set. He just kind of moves his head or his eye, his mouth, I don't know. He moves his whole body to the right, and that's it. He can't do anything. Now I want to see what happens here. We'll get him to an area where he can almost reach me. Look at it. Come and get me. Come and get me. I wonder if I break this block, can he get in? Let's break a couple of blocks. Does that bring enough room for him to enter? Now he's just a very girthy and thick eyeball. He's honestly not touching anything. He just can't get in. But that makes things like the Dungeon Guardian funny, because if I come down here, what's the whole point of the Dungeon Guardian? To stop us from coming to the dungeon early, and he flies through walls because the dungeon is just like a whole encased dungeon that's deep underground that nobody can get to. And look at that. No longer is the Dungeon Guardian scary. It's still kind of scary though. He got pretty close, but he just can't reach me. I can literally just, you know, get past him. Okay, if I wasn't in God mode, I would have died right there. But I can just keep going. And the thing is, we're gonna keep hearing more and more of them. But until one spawns in like an open spot behind me, they can't get me. Look at that. Good luck trying to get me. I get to roam the dungeon freely. No Skeletron needed to be defeated. Some areas might get cut off, like I can't explore that way anymore. I guess I'm going this way. But you are chilling until you run into like a big open area where one can hit you from the back. I don't know why I use those words. Look how many Dungeon Guardians are on the map. Now I really want to see something with just regular Skeletron here. Does this apply for his hands? Because his hands usually can go through blocks and slap you. But as we can see, now he's just stuck. He can't slap us with his hand. He got to sneak his way in. Oh, there you go. He's getting in. But uh-oh, I'll just hide over here now. Whoa, that was kind of scary. All right, the next bosses I want to see, we're probably going to check out most of the bosses this applies to, but I want to see the Brain of Cthulhu and his creepers. Can they come get me? Because we know the creepers can fly through walls and stuff. The brain itself can teleport. So it's got the teleport ability, but everything else is not really helping out. Hey, that creeper almost hit me. The rest of them are just straight up stuck until he teleports somewhere. This is hilarious. All right, now this is going to be a very interesting boss. The Eater. The whole point about the Eater is digging and funneling through blocks. That's the whole like movement it's got. So how does this work? Boom. Just straight up face plants into the floor, and now he's just stuck. He doesn't know what to do. AI is completely broken from this point. Now I wonder if I hop out of God mode. Like he literally can't do anything. Look, he's freaking out. He doesn't know how to respond to this. He's never had this happen before. And now I can just beat him up freely. Look at this. Hey, I wonder what the other one's gonna do, the other segment. Let's just hit him, break him into a bunch of segments and see what happens. He's still spawning in. Like he didn't even fully spawn in. But look at this. They just all clump up into the same spot. Turns like a kind of threatening Terraria boss to just a chump. Look at this. It's kind of sad looking at this. All right, the Queen Bee. This should be another interesting one because she spawns outside of her little arena. Where is she? She's just straight up stuck down here. Let me turn on the lights so we can see her. Look at that. Straight up just stuck in the wall. She couldn't even get to her boss fight. Next up is the Wall of Flesh. We got to see what he's up to now. Let's bring him in. And stuck. The whole point about the Wall of Flesh fight is you got to keep moving to one side or the other so that you won't die. But now he's stuck and you don't really got to worry about moving. I wonder if I break this open, what happens? He just gets like vision to hit me. He's still stuck. You got to legit like break the whole thing down. Now the prime bosses aren't that threatening. Let's bring in all of them and let's just see them in action here. I'm going to hide in the dungeon and see if any of them can really get to me. His hand got down here. The vice hand got down here. I can break it though. Boom, broke the hand. Now what? He's just stuck out there. So something like the Daedalus bow would be like god tier for these fights. Look at this. It's already a god tier weapon, but now make it so no boss can hit you. You can just hide. Amazing. I like how the destroyer has completely just frozen in place. Oh, there you go. He kind of moving. Is he trying to follow me or something? He kind of follows you around. I never noticed that with the destroyer. Look at that. I guess it makes sense. But mostly when I fight the destroyer, it just looks like he kind of just digging around. All right, usually when you spawn in Planta, you know, she slowly creeps her way over. But now this time, if you spawn her in by breaking one of her bulbs, she's just going to get stuck wherever she starts in. And she's not going to slowly creep over. Like, say I broke the bulb right here. She's stuck there. The funny thing is, it's just like a little patch of blocks that's got her stuck. But any weapon that you can just get your hands on that goes through walls, shoot, you don't even need a weapon that goes through walls. You can just get a weapon that goes around stuff, has homing, or you can even just get like a sentry and just like place it somewhere where the boss is stuck on. But I feel like giving out strategies how to beat these bosses really doesn't matter. This is pretty much just cheating. All right, time to see if the lunatic cultist is a threat if I could just hide here in the dungeon. Like how we can still see Plantera's health bar just slowly being destroyed. Look at that. He can't even touch me. He can't even teleport. Oh, shoot. Okay, maybe he can touch me. He does have projectiles that go through the wall. Yo, he's phasing through blocks. This might be our first boss to actually like be successful. When he actually teleports around, it's not too bad. I'm not gonna hit him. I want to see if the dragon gets stuck. Oh, watch out. It might get me. Daytime Empress of Light might be a lot easier. I don't know. It depends on the projectiles. But if she's just stuck... Oh, man. The projectiles still go through the floor. Okay, I take it back. Next up, and the last one I really want to see here, and that, of course, is the Moon Lord. Let's bring him in, and do his hands just get stuck. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to burrow down underneath here. Let's watch his hands get stuck, if they do at all. I'm kind of chilling right now. You can't really hit me. Oh, I lied. His projectiles go through the wall. Okay. This might be another boss where this stuff doesn't really matter. His right hand's just completely like stuck behind the wall. So he does get stuck. It's just he got a lot of projectiles that go through walls. Look, like he's having trouble chasing me, but it's kind of hard to hide behind stuff that goes through walls, especially the laser. But at least some body parts get stuck. I feel like at this point, I might as well just check out whatever bosses I missed, and hopefully I remember which ones I missed. Main bosses. All right, what about the Deerclops? Now, I think the Deerclops does usually get stuck, but then he does some things where he doesn't get stuck. Like, I think he can phase through walls, maybe. I don't know. I don't really like this boss or care too much about it. I do know he's invincible right now because we're too far away. So like cheesing him is a little bit tougher because as you can see, the dude just spams one ability if you get too far away from him. So I don't really know if this would be a good boss to cheese with this or to break the AI with. I want to bring out the UFO here. I don't think we're going to do all event bosses, but I want to bring out the UFO and I just want to see. Oh, we aren't in expert. Let me go into expert because I think the beam goes through the floor, right? If we're in expert. Yeah, look at that. It goes through the floor. So this is another one where it's not really going to work. You know, they kind of made it so that this boss, you can't really cheese and hide from if you play an expert and above. And then we got the Queen Slime. We might be able to hide from her. I don't really know. Let's see. Boom. I'm hidden down below. Oh, she teleports. I lied. Okay, so she another one that kind of bypasses the cheese. Now, there's also the Golem, but the Golem is already like one of the easier bosses in Terraria to cheese and just really defeat in general. So I don't really think being able to hide behind things or him getting stuck on things would matter that much. Like I could put myself in a box and there you go. It's over. He can't do anything. I actually kind of want to see phase 2 and see if he can do anything. Boom, phase 2. I don't think his head is hitting me. How about a god mode to see? Yeah, his head is not hitting me. I don't even know if his head has contact damage, but there's not much he can do. But yeah, this is a sick mod. Make sure to check it out. I'll have it in the description. I'll see y'all in the next video. Look at this fool. He can't even touch me.